Hey guys, kinggath here with a hotfix patch for sim settlements. To those of you who have been experiencing broken gameplay and crashes, I'm deeply sorry, and I have committed all of my free time over the next few weeks to getting you guys as many patches as I can. So what I'm going to be doing is working on major bugs, so things that are breaking game systems, things that are causing crashes, and I'm going to get those fixed, get them tested, and then get them out to you in a lot of mini patches as opposed to just trying to put together one weekly mega patch. Now, I can't commit to any particular time. I do have a full-time job and a wife and kids, so I can't blow any of those off, but all of my free time is committed to getting these issues fixed for you guys. And right now I have a big batch of fixes, so definitely check out the patch notes. I'm going to cover some of them in this video, but look into the patch notes and see if your issue has been corrected. If you find that it's listed but it's still a problem for you, definitely report it on nexusmods.com or simsettlements.com, and I'm going to get it resolved as soon as possible. Now, I am prioritizing the bugs based on the most important things first to me are crashes and broken gameplay, and then things like floating items or positioning, things that are or things that are a nuisance, such as not enough information available to you on certain screens. That stuff's going to have to come later. First, we need to get all of the game working how it's supposed to. So with that in mind, the first things I've fixed are a lot of the crashes have been resolved. I've rewrote some of the scrapping code, which is what was causing it. I have fixed the fact that city levels were getting stuck. I know a lot of you are stuck at level 0 in your cities, and we're going to need to discuss that. So don't tune out yet, because we need to go over what's going to happen when you first load up this patch. I have also fixed the 0% scrap on the donation thing, where it would not let you donate no matter what. I have fixed the fact that the castle artillery plans would get scrapped if you were to use the castle city plan before finishing the old guns quest, so you should be able to do that now. Although my testers assure me that doing it before old guns is going to give you a bad time, just because so much of the stuff that gets built ends up blocking the pathing of the NPCs and the scripted sequences. So it's highly recommended that you wait until doing old guns before automating the castle build, so just so you guys know. All right, so now I want to show you some things that I think are part of the reason we're getting so many bug reports is just because I didn't give out enough information in my in-depth series. So first I'm gonna go over what to expect when you launch the patch for those of you who have cities you're sure are about to upgrade, and then I'm going to go over some of the holotape options and talk about some different things that I think are getting reported as bugs, and I also have a solution for those of you who wanted these settlements to be fully autonomous. I know there's been a few people who are disappointed that they had to get involved at all in the settlements, and I have some options for you guys. So let's start out with what's going to happen when you first load up this patch. The first thing you're going to want to do, especially if you've been playing all weekend, you know a lot of your settlements are ready to upgrade based on the criteria that I laid out in the upgrades video. You're going to want to go into your holotape. You're going to go under options. You're going to go to gameplay options. Whoa, we don't want to do that. We don't want to reset our options. We want to go down to upgrade. And we're going to turn city upgrades to manual, which I've already done on this. And the reason for that is that if you really do have 14 or 15 cities ready to go that are about to upgrade, as soon as you install this patch, you sleep 24 hours, they're all going to start upgrading at once, and you're going to have a bad time. By turning it to manual, you can make sure that you can control when they upgrade, and you do that by going up to the city planners desk. Click on manage. And you'll have a new option just above Refresh City that will say Upgrade City if it's eligible to upgrade. So you can go through and do your cities one at a time so that you know that they don't all pop at once. In general, these are already designed to be staggered based on the time frames that each have, so it won't be a problem in normal gameplay. So you will be able to switch back to auto upgrading so that your cities will upgrade while you're out adventuring. But just for after installing this patch, because there's been this whole weekend where it was essentially broken, I want to make sure you guys don't end up with instant crashes all of a sudden. So set it to manual temporarily, go upgrade all your cities, and then you can flip it back to auto. All right, so the next option I'm going to talk to you guys about is the 0% issue. So a lot of you have reported that upgrade scrap was stuck at 0. You would donate things, and no matter what, the settlers would not accept any of it. And that actually, for some of you, it was a bug, and I had a few save files turned in. Thank you for those to the people who have done them. Anytime you guys have a really weird bug, sending me save files is hugely helpful. I can load those up and learn a lot. But what had happened is that in the setup wizard, when you start up Sim Settlements, one of the options is something along the lines of how you would like to play Sim Settlements, and it asks, one of the options is there a free build mode? So if you had chosen that, it would actually turn off an option that we haven't discussed yet, which is the city supply costs. So by default, you do donate junk to help out your settlers build, or you wait for them to get the supplies automatically. So it's meant to be on because it's pretty simple, and all it does is adds kind of a time component, and it allows you to feel like you're contributing, and that it's kind of a balance thing, so that you're not feeling like you're getting all of these free settlements. But if you don't care about that, if you're not interested in balance and you just want things to be simple, you can turn off city supply costs. And what had happened is the wizard was turning it off for some of you, and you didn't know that, so that was why the settlers were not accepting junk, is because your city supply costs is off. And you can actually turn this off on the local level as well, so it's under the local option. So if you don't want to have to deal with giving your settlers junk or waiting for them to collect junk, you can turn this off here. And that is what that was. So it wasn't actually a bug for a lot of you. It was just something you didn't know was happening. And then while we're on that subject, I know there's been a lot of disappointment that you couldn't just fully automate the settlements. Well, you can almost fully automate them. So if you turn off the citizen needs requirement, and this is another one that can be done under local, in which local is just a few spots down here. So it's under difficulty if you want to do it global, or it's under local if you just want to set up individual settlements to do this. But if you turn off the citizen needs requirement, what will happen is that you don't have to worry about defense, water, or food anymore. They will just accept their fate at whatever they decided to build. Where you do have to worry, though, is with happiness. So technically it takes your requirement of happiness off, but the vanilla game has a mechanic where if you let happiness dip too far, I think it's down, maybe it's down to 0 or maybe it's down to 5. I don't recall the exact number, but if it gets really far down, you'll actually lose control of the settlement. So you always have to be a little bit worried about happiness. But fortunately, with the donation system, you can just toss them a bunch of booze and chems, and they'll be plenty happy regardless of what else is going on in their settlement. So if you don't want to be involved with your settlers outside of happiness, you can turn off the citizen needs requirement either on any individual settlement through the local options, or under difficulty to do it globally. And that affects your plots as well. So that'll allow your plots to upgrade, and that'll allow your cities to not have to worry about the happiness number. But the other benefit or the other reason you're going to want to contribute to happiness no matter what is that recruitment rates are based on happiness. So if you let happiness tank really far, you'll almost never get settlers. And if you don't have enough settlers, your cities also won't upgrade. So I recommend at bare minimum, always pay attention to the happiness. And fortunately, the systems are all tied together. So for those of you who are playing with the normal options turned on, just doing things like making sure they have food, water, and defense will naturally raise happiness. So it kind of is all tied together anyway. Okay, so let's see. So that helps the guys with who wanted automation. And then I want to talk about one other thing. Oh yeah, that the city planner's desk. So a lot of bug reports are that people don't have access to this option, the city plan manage. And you might also notice you don't have the safe. If you had built a city planner's desk before installing the 3.0 patch of Sim Settlements, that stuff wasn't there yet. So if you did that, what you need to do is install this patch now that we're talking about for your Sim Settlements. And then you're going to pick up the city planner's desk, and you'll notice that a bunch of stuff disappears. And then when you set it down or hit cancel, it will spawn all of the correct stuff, and you'll get access to the city plan manage menu. And I think that should cover about the core of what I fixed in this particular patch. Check out the patch notes. I ended up touching a surprising amount of things just because there were so many systems all interconnected with each other. And I'm going to continue to work on bug fixes and improve this whole experience. So keep an eye out for this channel. I will keep posting these videos and more information as I get them. If you're interested in beta testing patches, watch the simsettlements.com forum. Today I was posting new updates throughout the day for people to get in and try them out. So if you want to be a part of that, during this crazy bug fix phase, I'm not going to be using the normal beta tester system. Well, I am, but I'm not going to be limiting it to our normal beta testing program. So this will be kind of like public beta tests that will be posted. So watch the simsettlements.com forums for that. All right, guys, I hope this takes care of a lot of your issues. Please continue to report those bugs. I very much appreciate all of the detail you guys are giving me. It's helping a ton to get these ironed out quickly. But until the next patch, take care and enjoy the mod.